Welcome to Merrill's Books and Spells. I'm Merrill. Let me know if you need anything. Are you looking for a book or a spell? A book. What's it called? Obscure Sleep Techniques for the Very, Very Tired. I've heard of that one. Let me check if we have any in stock. Just a minute. I've played a prank on myself and put all these books in here backwards. It seemed funny at the time. I don't suppose you know what color it is. No, I wouldn't have expected you to. That's fine. Here we are. One left in stock. Is there anything else I can help you with, or just this? Okay, great. How will you be paying? Are you okay? You look as if something is wrong. You forgot to bring money. Well, that's a little tragic. And on top of that, unfortunately, I'll be closing the shop in just a few minutes. But you look like you really wanted that book. Are you having trouble sleeping? Yeah, I've been there. I've got an idea. Do you have anything you need to do tonight, or are you pretty much open? Nothing much? Good. Hear me out. As you know, I'm a seller of books and spells. And when it comes to spells, it often makes more sense for me to design and make my own, rather than buying and reselling them. To that end, I fancy myself something of a witch. That's what the hat is about. Well, I'm currently working on a spell that happens to be relevant to your situation. I haven't named it yet, but it's supposed to make a person peacefully fall asleep and then have a pleasant and restful sleep for some predetermined duration. Now, I know what you're thinking, and no, I don't have it ready for use. I've actually been working on it for quite a while, and it's been a real challenge. The trouble is, in order to prepare the spell, I need someone who is willing to fall asleep and let me gather their sleepy energy for the spell. I use the term gather rather than something like harvest, because I want to emphasize that this would not be in any way harmful and would not impact the person's sleep. So, you can probably see where I'm going with this. Would you be willing to help me with the spell? You would simply need to sleep, and we could call that your payment for the book. It would really be a big help. Where would you sleep? Well, this little shop is mine, and in fact, I also live here. I have a comfy little bedroom in the back of this building, behind my spell-making laboratory. And I don't have anything urgent to do tonight, so it would work fine for me. I was probably just going to try to work on the spell anyway. But if I do it by myself, it gets tricky. Because if I let myself fall asleep, then there's no one else to properly create the spell. So, what do you think? You sleep here for a bit, and then the book is yours? Excellent. And don't worry, it should be easy to get you to fall asleep. I've been researching this stuff a lot lately for this spell, so I know a few tricks. Let me just turn the open-closed sign at the door real quick. And then, please follow me. Right through here. As you see, we have this laboratory type room here. It's pretty small, but it does the job. And then through here, we have my bedroom. Yep, just like that. Most customers who enter my shop would never have any idea this is here. It's my secret little place. So, I already have everything set up. The spell's preparation is prepared, so to speak. All that needs to happen is that you fall asleep peacefully, and that I stay awake and focused on you until you fall asleep. If we accomplish that, then we will have prepared the spell. Also, I should mention, it's important that we don't use any spells or magic to help you fall asleep on this occasion. Normally, that would be fine. But for the spell I'm trying to create, I need pure sleepiness. It can't be mixed with other magical energy. So, I will rely on more secular techniques to help you fall asleep. But don't worry, those can be quite effective. My intentions are to quietly and gently talk you to sleep, saying peaceful and pleasant things. I also have some neat books here, and we'll talk about those and make nice sounds with them. I even have that book you bought, so if we need to, we can look in there for ways to help you fall asleep. Does that all sound good? Okay, great. Then, if you're ready, go ahead and climb into the bed. There you go. It's real comfy, isn't it? There are a bunch of pillows there. Feel free to use them however you want. And whichever you don't want, you can just set to the side. And, yep, pull up the comforter Do you want any other blankets, or are you feeling good now? It's pretty good. Okay. Well, let me know if you change your mind. We want you as cozy as possible because it will help improve the quality of the spell. Alright. All settled in? Perfect. You look about ready to drift off already. Well, whenever you feel yourself falling asleep, please do so. Don't feel like you need to pay attention to what I'm saying. We'll start with the techniques I'm familiar with. First, we want you to feel loose and heavy. Those are the two key words to remember. Loose and heavy. Starting at your feet, let them be in a natural resting position so that you don't need to use any strength to hold them. Release any tension in your toes, your feet, your ankles, and then your legs. Feel how heavy they are. Imagine that you are trying to lift them, but they are too heavy, and you are too comfortable and too sleepy. Now your torso. Release any tension in your torso. Make sure you're not sucking in your gut or tensing your abdominal muscles. Be completely loose and calm. Breathe deeply and slowly. Now, your arms. Let your arms lie floppy, completely at rest. Just like your legs, your arms are heavy, and you are too sleepy and comfy to move them. And then, your hands. Release any tension in your hands. You might prefer to have them totally open or slightly balled, depending on where you position them. Just choose whatever is comfortable and doesn't require any effort. Just like your arms and legs, each of your fingers will be heavy. So heavy. You have no need to move them or anything. Now, you only want to sleep. We can then move on to your face. Unclench your jaw and release any tension. Let your jaw be in a comfortable position, loose and sleepy. And if you have let them rest in a natural position. Now we've gone through your whole body. You are loose, relaxed, and heavy. Every part of you is at ease. You're not using any effort at all. You are relaxed and ready to fall asleep. Feel how heavy you are as you sink into the bed and pillow. Relaxed, warm, contented, thinking about nothing. A clear mind, ready for rest. You're doing great. You're so calm. I can sense your sleepy energy, and it looks like the spell that results from this will be very effective. You know, I'll also need someone to test this spell on. If you find yourself having trouble sleeping in the future, please come see me. I'll be happy to give you a few more books for your trouble. But it won't be much of a trouble, because all you'll need to do is have a nice rest, much like now. This is quite a sweet deal for you, I think. Again, don't worry about paying attention to me. You just fall asleep. But I'll keep talking in case you're still awake. So, I've got these books here. Let's take a look at them. This one features an expert's analysis of dog behavior. It's called Why Dogs Do That. The author lays out noteworthy behaviors seen in dogs and explains why they happen, often with a bit of humor. It has a nice picture of a dog with each entry. So let's find a good one. Why do dogs dig holes or bury bones? Why do adult dogs chew on bones, rugs, and antiques? This is really a two-part question. All dogs their age notwithstanding, chew on bones. That's simply a given. In evolutionary terms, bone gnawing no doubt became instinctive, because the wolves that indulged in it, even after every molecule of meat was gone, kept their teeth and gums healthier longer, and thus gained an advantage in the struggle for survival. Rugs, antiques, and the like are somewhat different matter, although there is a certain indiscriminateness at the heart of the chewing impulse. Assuming your dog knows better, one of the proverbial big ifs, chewing these off-limits items probably reflects its feeling that it isn't receiving enough attention. To paraphrase the famous remark made by Glenn Close's chilling character in Fatal Attraction, the typical dog will not be ignored, especially a house dog that's accustomed to lots of praise, petting, and play. It's analogous to the child of inattentive or preoccupied parents who not only purposely commits some petty household crime, but makes sure he gets caught. The way the kid or the dog sees it, it's better to risk a scolding than to remain invisible. Of course, there could also be a revenge factor involved, which would explain why your dog zeroes in unerringly on your most valuable piece of furniture. And then just to the left of that, we have a nice drawing of a dog gnawing on a bone. Let's find one more. Why do dogs nap so often? And on the left, we have a nice picture of a little beagle laying curled up. Looks like it's fast asleep, just like you at any moment now. So, why do dogs nap so often? This question, I think, betrays a certain cultural bias. By American standards, yes, dogs take frequent naps. But in America, sleeplessness, or more precisely, the ability to function without sleep, is seen as a badge of honor. Instead of emulating the custom of more advanced nations and indulging in regular siestas, we gulp coffee, pop no dose, and generally do whatever it takes to stay awake, when the civilized choice would be to recline and relax. It's almost as if we consider the nap somehow morally offensive. There's also the vividly imagined fear that if we take a nap, the competition, whoever or whatever that might be, will get the drop on us. Blissfully unencumbered by such baggage, the dog, with nothing better to do, and all its basic needs satisfied, settles in for snooze. Unlike us, dogs don't fight their nature. If it feels good, and the laws of the quote-unquote pack don't prohibit it, they do it. And, as Elizabeth Marshall Thomas observed, dogs relish the opportunity to simply do nothing. Doesn't that sound nice? Well, right now, you have nothing to worry about. We just need you to fall asleep. And there's no rush. No rush at all. It can take as long as you need. But I think that's enough from this book. Let's move on. Next we have a sort of art book. It's called The Making of a Japanese Print. It's bound in a unique material, a rather rare material for binding. It's a sort of cloth. And it has a very lovely floral pattern all over it, with some buildings and some architecture. So, what this book does is it shows the different stages of the woodblock process. It starts with just black ink, and I can see that it's an image of a woman dressed in elaborate garb, holding a parasol or umbrella, and behind her is a stream and vegetation. So it starts with just the black ink, but if we go to the next page, they introduce the yellow ink, and we see what it would look like after the yellow ink block. And then we have the green ink, and then a different shade of green for the vegetation, and then blue for the water, and then a sort of maroon for part of the woman's clothes. And then a lighter red for other parts of her clothes. And then a light yellow for much of the background. And the end result is a fully colored image. It's very lovely. This book was short and sweet, but it's not for reading. It's for appreciating the process and admiring each step and how carefully each woodblock is designed to create such a lovely final product. Finally, case you're still awake, we'll move on to the book you came here for. Obscure Sleep Techniques for the Very, Very Tired. I haven't read this one before. Let's take a look. Surprisingly big. I haven't read this one before. Let's take a look. It looks like the author has laid out a list of techniques you could use to help fall asleep. Some of these are quite unexpected. Well, we may as well try a few. I'll find some that don't require you to really do anything. Okay, this one looks good. Imagine you're a lily pad on a quiet, calm pond. It is totally peaceful here. It's night and the moon is high. There is a very slight breeze, moving the water just barely, causing you to be gently rocked back and forth, smoothly sitting on the water's surface. It's quiet, with only the sound of crickets and the occasional frog. Allow the water to rock you back and forth. You have no need to move. You are doing nothing, but the water gently rocks you back and forth. It is as if it has taken a special interest in rocking you to sleep. Just sit for a little with that image, calmly swaying on the water. The water might sway you a little bit one way and another, but you are rooted into the ground. You will not be moved from your position, even though you permit the water to rock you slowly back and forth. You are ultimately stable. That's a nice image. How gentle. Oh, here's another. Imagine you are a squirrel. When you are awake, you often run around very energetically. You are always looking for food, looking for places to store food, and chasing and playing with other squirrels. By the time the day is over, you have run around so much. You are so sleepy. You finally return home, and you eagerly lay down live in a little nook or nest in a tree. Maybe you live in a little house. In any case, you are falling asleep, totally relaxed, tuckered out from a busy day. Eyes closed and relaxed. No tension anywhere. Warm and safe in your home. Nothing to bother you. Just sleep. Well, it looks like a lot of these involve imagining that you are something else. But there are some other interesting techniques that require you to actively do something. Those won't suit us right now, but I bet you will try them yourself in the future. I'd be curious to know how they go for you. Anyway, it seems like you are asleep now. That means the spell's preparation will be a success. Thank you so much for your help. I know you were very tired, and you look so comfortable. I'm just going to leave you to sleep here, and when you wake up later, you can pick up your book and be on your way. I'll just sleep on the couch in the other room. If you need anything, just let me know. Thanks again, and have a nice rest.